Since the dawn of humanity, mankind has pushed the boundaries of technological advancements. Civilization, agriculture, mathematics, medicine, philosophy, astronomy, and beyond. Millions of years of evolution have led up to this great pinnacle in human history. But there's one thing that hasn't changed within humans. One primal instinct that never left us since we crawled out of the primordial soup. Food.
Food?
Food? Food?
Oh man, I can't find anything to eat. What's that? Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, same thing.
I can't find anything. If only there was some sort of food out there that existed that was healthy, good for my bones, and related to a video game in some way or another.
Of course. It was obvious. I know exactly where to find some food.
Man, I think I may have taken a wrong turn in that fork in the cave. There's nothing but coconut cream pies in here. The wheat balance board will call me obese again. Let's just go back and... Oh, here we go. Hello? Fungi? Fungi? I guess he's not home. Man, I traveled all this way, and for what? For nothing? For nothing? What, that thing? What is that? What is that? What is that on the floor? I'm livid. Donkey Kong Country on the SNES. Man, I heard a lot about this one. Rare had it going pretty good for themselves back then.
Who could forget such classic game titles such as Banjo-Kazooie, Star Fox, Conker's Bad Fur Day, the list just goes on. What was it about this gaming company that made it so endearing to gamers of the past and present? I didn't know about these games growing up. I knew they were on Nintendo consoles, but at the time Rare had been bought out by Microsoft, so I didn't even know Rare made them. When the Super Nintendo came around, the Nintendo offered Rare the opportunity to make a 3D CGI-based game based off an existing Nintendo character, that in which resulted in the greatest thing to happen since they let me out of the state penitentiary. They put me in there for 12 years in a correction program to make me a well-rounded citizen.
I learned absolutely nothing.
Donkey Kong Country. Game so nice, I bought it twice.
Well, you don't have an extra copy lying around? Come on, you never know when you'll need an emergency backup. I have 3 copies of this game for some stupid reason, and 2 of this, totally underrated game because everyone on Twitter said so.
Now this is a game I feel needs no introduction. Donkey Kong Country was Rare's debut to the Super Nintendo and showed off what could be achieved on the SNES graphic-wise.
Well, I gotta get those bananas back somehow, and since I do want to start playing Rare games, it seems like a pretty good place to start. Let's get to it.
So Donkey Kong finds out his bananas have been stolen and goes complete apeshit. Ape go brrr.
Hey, I don't blame the guy. How would you react if someone took a collection that you've been working on for a while? Like my Dingus album.
I've been working on it for quite some time. Still got long ways to go, but I'll keep you guys updated on my progress. Donkey Kong goes throughout Donkey Island, reclaiming his stolen bananas while defeating the Kremlings and other sorts of enemies. He has many abilities which helps him get through the island. With the assistance of his short but agile friend Diddy Kong, the two traverse the land collecting bananas and balloons wherever they can.
Our 2 protagonists aren't the same, but due to their differing abilities, they complement each other nicely.
Donkey Kong is stronger and can defeat bigger enemies, while Diddy Kong can jump longer and is more agile. Plugging in a second controller allows a friend to play as Diddy Kong, so the 2 players can either help each other out or compete.
If I had friends. Pressing the A button allows you to switch between Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
However, not immediately. The 2 have to be on a flat, even surface in order to switch, and it can become difficult in areas where you need to switch on the fly but can't. Tapping the run button allows for Donkey and Diddy to roll, which can be used to take out certain enemies. Depending on the level type, there are advantages and disadvantages to using either one.
Typically on levels where I have to go from platform to platform, playing Diddy Kong works a lot better.
For parts where I'm on the ground fighting enemies, using the big man DK works out much better. There's a variety of enemies to fight and... Wait, what?
Mankey. And after everything we've been through together.
Now I have to give this game props on all the different types of levels. You got the normal types, but then you also got the minecart riders, the underwater ones, the ice levels, the dumb ones, a whole bunch of variety. The levels, no, this whole game feels amazing. 3D pre-rendered graphics are nice, and I personally feel have aged very well. Well, you don't believe me? Show this game to your grandma. What, she playing on the Atari or something? Then yeah, she'll think it's cutting edge. Look at that monkey. Throughout the game, there are different animal pieces you can pick up. Getting 3 of the same animal piece takes you to a special level where you can collect as many pieces as you can. 100 pieces equates to 1 1-up. There's also many secret areas placed around the game quite strategically, typically found by destroying a wall or getting launched from a barrel, usually out of sight. A lot of them are placed in spots that suggest that there's a secret out there to those with a keen eye. However, some of them seem to be completely random. In the first minecart level, there's a secret skip that you can do that I found by complete accident. When you do find a secret area, there's different things to obtain. You got your usual bananas, your 1-ups, and sometimes you can get mounts. Different sorts of mounts allow for different sorts of abilities. You got the rhinos, the ostriches, the frogs, the swordfish, each one with their own unique abilities to help you get through the game.
Something else that I appreciate about this game is how it teaches you without any direct tutorials.
Yes, you can talk to Cranky Kong, and he'll typically give you tips and controls and secret areas in between levels, but the charm of the game is that it teaches you by actively doing. It seems like such a redundant and basic concept, but you'd be surprised how many video games fail to do this. You're given basic enemies and obstacles at first, and the difficulty increases as you go on. This part right here shows you that you can only defeat this enemy with a barrel, so later in the game when you do face against them again, you'll be able to properly defeat them. This is how it should be done. It doesn't feel invasive or hand-holding.
This game understands me. I want to get eased into the game while learning for myself.
And while we're making some positive notes, let's talk about the music for a second. This music, it's just classic. Every song in this game is great and makes you feel something different each time. The water zones, minecarts, this game's soundtrack is absolutely classic and should be cherished for the rest of time. So far, this game is perfect, right? I'm praising it so much that I must have no problem with it.
Well, life sure is disappointing, isn't it?
Well, just like any good thing, there's a small catch or compromise that is unfortunately there. Thankfully, this game is very minimal with it, so I'm gonna keep this brief. Number 1. It's kind of hard to tell where you're about to successfully land on a platform. Like when you're bouncing on tires or jumping on barrels of fire, it seems like the hitboxes should be hurting me at certain parts, and other times I seem to get hurt when I thought I was in the clear. It's like a guessing game, and each time it seems to do the complete opposite of what I expect it to. Number 2, the bosses. Bosses towards the end of the game repeat themselves and don't seem to be any more difficult than their predecessors. You enter a fight and you're like, oh, it's you again. Hey. And the third to last boss is a barrel? A barrel that spits enemies and ground pounds. Spooky.
Hey, I don't blame them. You ever see a bucket before? Thing is the stuff of nightmares.
Other than that, I think that's where my issues with the game stop. There's not really any reason to complain about dying in game over, since there are save states you can get from Candy, and you can use Funky Kong's plane rides to go back to them and save. So here we go. We're gonna face off against K-Rool and get our bananas back.
Wow, surprisingly easy boss fight. Well, Donkey Kong Country was one of those games where it was good in its time, and it's still good today. As you can see, it had a lot to offer, and oh, it's still going. Fine, it's fine.
Real talk, this one gag right here made me love this game even more. Little frustrating at first, but makes you love it all the more. So you beat the game for real this time,
I won't forget this.
and the day is saved.
Donkey Kong Country is one of those games where you'll have some difficulty beating it at first, but it's a good kind of difficulty. You hone your skills little by little, and the game rewards you for it. So, I think it's safe to say that this is a pretty well-made and great
What you
game.
doing in my house?
Oh, hey, DK. How's it going, man?
My bananas are missing, and what do I find? A squatter! You been eating my bananas?
No, someone got to them before me. I mean, they were gone when I got here. Yeah.
Then what you here for? I better have a good explanation or I will make sure you never eat another coconut cream pop again.
I was just playing your game. Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Oh, I see. You beat it. First time?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
You know, besides the complaints I had. But...
The what?
Oh, you know, complaints. Every good thing has its downsides. I'm a firm believer that one should be able to openly criticize something they enjoy without being subjugated to the idea that just because I like something doesn't mean I shouldn't be able to criticize it. And even if I didn't like it, that shouldn't keep people from enjoying it still, right?
I see what you mean. I totally understand. What you're saying is, I'm gonna have to kick your butt.
Yeah. What?
Give me it! Here we go! Bananas!
No.